Buenos días, niñas de la clase de 4 o 5. Bienvenido. Safe practices. Remember to always wear your mask, always to sanitize your hands, or soap and water. Soap and water, easiest to use, and use it regularly. We've got to use it regularly. All right. So I want you to pay attention to my comments from your drawings, right? Before you start your lesson two. Behind me, the whole school did some element of abstract art. From the infants, here you can see our first year infants. And here we have our, I think this is standard two, standard one, standard two, and that's standard three. So here we are looking at our 4/5s now. Um, you are also doing abstract art, but we're doing it a little more seriously because you are at the age where you are trying to figure out, hey, when I'm learning all of this, what am I going to do with it? Um, and we are just monopolizing on your skills now. All right. So let's start with screen sharing. Let's start with slideshow from the beginning. Okay, so we are looking at abstract art, mixed media, all right? And let's see, when we talk abstract art, what do we mean? This is abstract art. Clearly, you will see in abstract art, something will touch you. It is known, it has feelings. It's just like how you all learned about abstract nouns. Abstract art is the same thing. It's not something you could feel or you could touch, but it's something you can share that emotion with. All right? Emotion in abstract art could be the colors, the use of colors. It could be the brush strokes. It could be also what was used, if it was paints, if it was crayons. And with us, right, we are looking at mixed media specifically. So this is mixed media here. We are looking at crayons, colored pencils, and paints. And before we move forward, I just want to keep this scripture with you. I want to share this with you. But blessed is the man who thirsts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. Jeremiah 17, verse 7. So thirst for the Lord in what you do. You're in this age. Yes, SCA is at the top of your head, but it mustn't be the most important thing. It must be also together with God. You ask him, okay, God, where am I going with this? What am I going to do? How am I going to use it? So this is abstract art here. So here you can clearly see it looks as if they use paints. It probably was either cardboard, plastic bags, buttons, thread, old books, newspapers, and they put together and made a picture. That's what we mean by mixed media. For us we are now learning, our mixed media is just going to be crayons, color pencils, and paints. So our last lesson, we did our illustration, and our illustration was based on our aspiration for 2021. So based on my aspiration for 2021, we all had to have you, an image of you looking out 2021. So my aspiration was to plant. I love my gardens, dancing, love dancing, make sure and pray, read my Bible, read it a little more, try to understand it, and play my guitar. That's my aspiration. I am supposed to say yours. Now, notice too, the size of it is very important. If it is too small, it's going to get lost in the illustration. So here I have my colored pencils. I know you may not have all of those, but do you know you can get tones in it? Once you have your basic colors, your primary colors, red, yellow, and blue, once you keep touching and mixing each with white and black as well, you will get your different tones. But I had my array. Okay, so I did the silhouette of myself and I colored it abstractly. This is abstractly, right? There was no definite color of me. These are colors that I loved and I just put it on me. Also, I want you to observe in all the coloring that is done here you would see that it is outlined. So when we're using our colored pencils, you see that pencil work? The pencil work is your guide. And you use a darker color to outline and a lighter color inside to lighten up. There are little glitches here like spaces. We don't want too many spaces. We need to just work on that. All right? All right, so here it is. Whoops, it's a bit too fast. Let me just go back here. Right, so I did all the white spaces and whatnot. Right, now here you can see something that's a little bit different. I also added my crayons. So the unique thing about crayons, when you apply paint in it, it pops up. So my crayons are really the fireworks. I did the fireworks because I wanted it to look against the background. Now I used a wash. Remember, a wash is more water and a little bit of pink. So it's a dark sky. It's 2021. The year has just begun. A dark sky, and the beams from all the fireworks. I'm getting different colors. So I just chose two colors, which were yellow and purple, to give the illusion of the bursting fireworks against the dark sky. All right. I also, what I did too, if you notice, around 2021 and around everybody, the paint did not go on it. And it did not go on it because I took the crayons, I took a light crayon, which is almost light green, and I outlined my guitar because I didn't want the paint to come in it. I took a light crayon and I outlined around the girl. I did not want paint to come in it. I had white and I outlined around 2021 around this. So I used the crayons. One advantage of using the crayons is when you're using paint, it will not overcome it because of its wax nature. It is waterproof. So with mixed media, you learn about each tool that you're using and the purpose and the intention. So here I wanted my details to show. I wanted to show my features of my leaf. So I use yellow and light green and dark green. For that reason, I used colored pencils. The colored pencils could have given me that. Crayons may not have given me that neat finish. So I wouldn't have used it there. However, the illusion of the fireworks display, yes, the crayon would have given me that, right? I used the colored pencils to outline the book, right? And color inside the spaces. The colored pencils gave me that. I could have done that. Again, this is crayon work here. All this is colored pencils. This is colored pencils. And notice with the colored pencils, I always use a dark color to outline, a light one inside. So the image pops. All right. So let's just go over that again. So our mixed media, we are looking. So let me just stop and talk to you for a minute. Right. So our mixed media in this lesson, we are using colored pencils and we are using crayons and paints. The colored pencils, we are going to use to color our illustration. All right? Because we want the colors, we wanted to show our pencil drawing was our illustration, but the colored pencils, we want that. When you're using colored pencils, you must use another color to outline around the area because you want it to pop, you want it to come forward. Now for the fireworks display, you use the crayons or the oil pastels. They are waterproof and also the impression, the brilliance of it, we want that. Then to cover the big areas, we apply paint. Now the paint is a wash. A wash means more water, less paint. All right, so let's get back again to our screen share. Let's go back to that page. Good. Okay, so in effect, this is an abstract piece, right? Because an abstract means it has no, the picture has no definite picture, but it does say something. It says that my ambition for 2021, because in it, in the air, besides the fireworks, right? So while the New Year's is coming in, I'm thinking about my guitar, my plants, my Bible, dancing. These are the thoughts that came to me. So this is what you are looking at, okay? One of the beautiful things about art, the picture has no words, but its imagery says something to you. All right? So I want you, when you're doing your work, take your time and do it. Also, another element I want in this is some form of nationalism. So when I say nationalism, because I think as Trinidadians, we need to have national pride and proud to be red, white, and black. So I'm not saying I'm a Trinidadian, no, I am wearing my colors. So 2021, I have my national colors. So you can have a choice of either putting the numbers in red, white, and black. If you want to draw an illustration of yourself, your jersey, red, white, and black. If you want to do one of your illustrations with red, do it, do it. I want some form of nationalism. Girls, I think out of you, you are going to stand out and put Trinidad on a map. You. And it starts from now, your education, your learning. And first thing we got to learn is how to be proud of how we are. We are a resilient people. We are creative. We are fun loving. So we know who we are when we stand out in the world, our red, white, and black. So, lastly, I want to share with you. It's not. Ah, okay. So, this is a video, The Art of Design. It's a little bit long, right? And you can find it on YouTube. I won't play it because I believe it will take up too much of our video. But those of you who are saying, because I remember some of you, Miss Rez, how do you know how to design and create? It starts right here. And this little video, it tells you about it, about people who are designing what is, and it's just what we're doing in school. So let me show you my work. This is mine, right? Notice how the illustration is big enough, and notice it's mixed media. You're seeing the work of the colored pencils, you're seeing the work of the crayons, and you're seeing the work of the paint. Remember, the paint is a wash. So let me go over, because remember too, I am marking your work and I'm looking for specific things, and I will see it. Your illustration must be clearly illustrated. So if it is clearly illustrated, it will show through your colors. The colors of your coloring pencils, it will show me. Remember, when you are coloring your work, you outline in a darker color, color with a lighter color. The colors will show, right? You're doing your fireworks, use crayons. Some of you have oil pastels, use the oil pastels. Okay? Your painting must be a wash. A wash means more water, less paint. I showed you before the jars how it was kind of light. That's what a wash is. It's not full paint. It's plenty water with a little bit of paint. So it just washes through. And the beauty about that, when you work with the wax, it just runs over it. It doesn't take over it. The coloring pencil, you don't want it too much near there because it's going to spoil what you're doing. Also, in your work, I must see some sort of patriotic colors, whether it is in the jersey. I think, look, I'm seeing in standard three, we had a little girl there, look, her jersey was red. That's right. So, one aspect of patriotism. So, I want to see an aspect of patriotism in your color. And remember the combination to it: red, white, red, well, in the flag order, red, black, and white. Okay? Don't give me red, white, and black. I want to see in the flag order red, black, white, black, red. I want to see that. I want you to remember that too. Because I want you to have in the back of your head, you are going to stand out in this world. You're going to leave Trinidad, and everybody needs to know about Trinidad. And you better have our colors correct. Make us proud, as Miss Rare said so. All right, girls. So I look forward to seeing your work. Don't forget safe practices. Remember to wear a mask. Girls, always remember. So you use this. Your hand should be on this, right? Around your ears. Also, not like this. Covering your chin, covering your nose. Always when you're going out, wash your hands. Soap and water is a must. If you don't have that, you use a hand sanitizer. Also, do not assemble at all. No gatherings. Social distancing. Adios. Hasta la vista.